What's up, YouTube? I'm here with
Jungwoo.
what you did today.
I got second place playing Gimmick Puppet.
Alright, let's get to it.
Alright, most superior deck. Main monsters. 3 Little Soldier. Alpha Male card. This card, when it's normal special summon, you dump as a cost. Has to be level 8 because level 8 or level 1 because you cannot dump level 4. It has to be different than level 4. And it becomes the same level as a dumped monster. So you usually dump like Pistol or Rogue Doll, some whatever bullshit level 8. And this effect, that part is hard once per turn, but the second effect is not hard once per turn. It's by banishing this as a cost from the graveyard, you get to target up to 2 Gimmick Puppet, and then it increases level by 4. Yeah. My favorite Gimmick Puppet Rogue Doll, superior card. This is pretty much an Exosystem Martha in Gimmick Puppet version. Reveal herself and reveal any Gimmick Puppet exceeds extra deck monster. And you get to special summon herself and the Gimmick Puppet monster from the deck, that monster that I reveal. So for example, if I reveal like rank 8 Gimmick Puppet, I get to special summon herself and then level 8. And if I reveal rank 4 the Gigantestal, I get to special summon rank level 4 Gimmick Puppet. And the second effect is, when this card is sent to the graveyard except from the hand, I get to add this back. 3 Pistol. This card is very strong. This card's special summon is inherent summon, so you get to pitch one any Gimmick Puppet monster to special summon from hand. And the best part is you can banish this card from the graveyard, and you can from the rest of the turn your opponent cannot target any Gimmick Puppet monster. Cattle Scream is part of the FTK. You get to detach one Xyz material from my Gimmick Puppet Xyz monster to special summon himself from the graveyard or from hand. And if this card is if this card is part of the Gimmick Puppet Xyz material, then you can target one monster from your opponent's graveyard to special summon to their field in defense position. So this effect is not a hard once per turn. So for example, like let's say if I have a rank 8 Gimmick Puppet Xyz monster that has this Xyz material, I get to special summon monster from the opponent's field to their field, and if I rank up that Xyz monster to rank up to rank 9, then I can use this effect again because it's not hard once per turn. Jury Doll, another my favorite card. This card is a brick, but you have to play this for FTK and for extender. Basically, when this card is in the graveyard, I get to banish one random Gimmick Puppet monster and special summon from the graveyard, and cannot use it for Xyz material, but that doesn't really matter. It's a free rank 8. 3 Terror Baby. Basically, if this card in the graveyard resolves, you pretty much win the game. If this and the Pistol resolve in the graveyard, you pretty much not gonna lose the game in that position. This card is when this card normal summon, I get to Monster Reborn on any Gimmick Puppet monster from my graveyard in defense position. And I can banish this card from the graveyard to. If I banish this card from the graveyard, then from rest of the turn, your opponent cannot respond to Gimmick Puppet. Alright, that's for my monster. Spells. Best card in the game. Mansion of the Underworld Dolls. Basically, one card is FTK. I don't really have to explain this. Pretty much a cracked version of Planet. Condolence Puppet, another Alpha Male card. This is pretty much a Foolish Bear going first. Basically, use this to dump like Terror Baby or Pistol or Rogue Doll to go through your combo safely or have a starter. Usually, and if you go second, you get to dump amount of monster the opponent controls. If the what was the wording for this again? Oh, it says send Gimmick Puppet monster with different names from your deck to the graveyard up to the number of monsters your opponent controls that were special summon from the extra deck +1. So basically, if this card resolves, most of the time you will dump like 4 Gimmick Puppet. And then the second effect does not really matter, but I mean it does matter, but it doesn't come up. I get to banish this card from the graveyard and target one Gimmick Puppet Xyz monster, and it cannot be destroyed by opponent's card effect. My build is a little different than other Gimmick Puppets, but this is my 3 Thrust, 2 Search Terraforming. Basically, I actually have like 7 field spell. Yeah. My Board Breakers. 3 Droplet, 3 Talent, 3 Book of Eclipse. Droplet is really strong in Gimmick Puppet, in my opinion, because you get to dump like, you get to pitch like all the bricks like Bisdoll or Terror Baby and Jury Doll, and not it negates opponent's cards, and then I get to dump my resources to the graveyard, and this card single-handedly wins a lot of games like Centurion. It's called negate Crimson Dragon. It's already game's over. Talon is Talon, super strong card. Hand Ripping is very strong. Book of Eclipse. This card is today it didn't come out at all, I think, but Book of Eclipse in general is very strong because now Apple is gone. There are people end on like some big monsters like Desiree and Caesar. This card is actually really good as Desiree because if I activate Condolence Puppet and then if the opponent attempts to use Desiree to attempt to negate my Condolence Puppet, I get to just change Book of Eclipse to, and if this resolves, Desiree flips face down and it fizzles because it checks on resolution, and then Condolence Puppet still dumps the monster, still dump a lot of cards from my deck because it's a public knowledge that it's special summon from extra deck.
Another thing that Desiree gets flipped face down, the Sequence will go to grave.
Sorry, what was that?
The Sequence will go to grave.
Yes, yeah, Sequence also goes to grave, yeah.
Due to game mechanic, because Eclipse spells will go to grave.
Yep. Yeah, that actually matters really a lot. I played 3 Allure Darkness. I kind of like this card because it gives a boosting to my deck. It's kind of like an Upstart Goblin to me. I get to just... You don't need to have a 2 Rogue Doll in your hand, so you can just use Allure Darkness to banish 1 Rogue Doll and then look for your combo pieces.
Yeah, that's good.
2 Rank of Magic and then self-explanatory. 2. You have to play 2 Argent Chaos Force. 1 Argent Chaos Force is not correct. Service Puppet play. That's for my main deck. It's 40. I'm gonna go for my extra deck. Extra deck. You have to play this because it's only rank 4 currently Gimmick Puppet has. This effect is... You don't really use this effect, but if this card is summoned on the field, I get to detach 2, and I get to steal 2 of my opponent's monster, and I can tribute this card to make it my monster a level 8. This card shouldn't be at 1. This is a fair deck. Part of FTK, don't really have to say anything. Yeah. This is a new Gimmick Puppet support. These are very strong. This card, remember this card's Ignition effect, so basically this card you can detach 1 and then add 1 Rank of Magic and you have an extra normal summon. And if a Gimmick Puppet Xyz monster is special summoned to your field, I get to use this. I get to special summon this on either player's field in defense position, and I get to add Rank of Magic Argent Chaos Force for my graveyard. Very strong card, combo, and then this adds a trap, and then special summon monster to opponent's field. And if a monster is special summon opponent's field, I get to target 1 of them and destroy, and you burn for half of the damage. Most superior Gimmick Puppet Xyz monster, 3 Giant Grinder. This I would have played 2, and this is only 1 extra string, but Konami is sometimes very questionable with their bannings. So basically, this card is you can only activate this during main phase 1, up to twice per turn, detach 1, destroy 1 special summon monster, and if it's an Xyz, you burn for that attack. Yeah. This card is my new FTK card now, and brick board. This is not a hard once per turn, so this one is once per turn you get to detach 1 and then destroy any card on the field, and if that's a monster, you burn damage. 2 Chimera Doll. This is this card's also really good combo start, part of the combo. If this card's link summoned and then when this link summoned monster is on the field, I get to activate it every turn. Either add Gimmick Puppet from my deck or dump Gimmick Puppet from my deck. And if I only control Gimmick Puppet monster, I get to special summon Gimmick Puppet from my hand. My side deck. Try this first. Dominance Impulse. This card's broken. If this card resolves, it's pretty much FTK. Super strong card. I didn't play this in my main deck because I just didn't have slots for it, and I thought that board breaker was just better. I just wanted to play this going second, you know, to take out Allure of Darkness and put this in. Backward removal. 3 Ash. I didn't main this card because I think this card is not enough to stop any deck these days. So the only purpose I only played Ash Blossom today was just to counter on Mulcharming Follows.
That's valid.
I don't play this going second. I think this card's terrible. I think this card's not that good in going second. I only use this going first just to stop Mulcharming Follows.
Yeah, it's because we're running board breakers.
Yep.
Makes sense.
Drain Perm. Just another hand trap. I play DDJ. This card's literally FTK. My Gimmick Puppet can easily abuse the talent package because one of my Gimmick Puppet monster is a mandatory effect if it's special summon. So if I special summon Gimmick Puppet monster on their field, it's a mandatory effect to activate. So it procs like Talon's Thrust. So if I couldn't FTK them, I just set this and get and I can survive one turn because DDJ pretty much stops every deck at the moment. This is my Spice. It's a give and take, a Gimmick Puppet Nightmare.
Give and take. Wow.
Give and take is pretty much a Albion. It's a special summon one monster from your graveyard to opponent's side of the field in defense position and increase the level of one monster you control by the level of the special summon monster until the end phase.
Oh, so it's Nightmare Lock.
Yeah, it's a Nightmare Lock. So what I usually do is, let's say if my opponent stops a lot of stuff, and I can end on a Gimmick Puppet Chimera Doll and use Chimera Doll effect to dump Nightmare and special summon any Gimmick Puppet monster from my hand. And next turn, I get to activate Give and Take to special summon Nightmare to their field. The funny thing is that because level does not have a limit, so even though I have a level 8 Gimmick Puppet monster on the field, I get to still special summon this opponent's field, and my Gimmick Puppet monster will be level 16 till end phase. But remember, just to make sure, this card, you can activate this card if there's no monster that doesn't have a level. So for example, if I only have an Xyz monster, then I cannot use a give and take because there's no level to increase. Yeah, I have to control level monster. Yep, and that is it.
Alright, any shoutouts?
Shoutouts to everyone over here. Pretty chill. Shout out to Jonathan Abellano.
Like I expect Micronesia.
Again.
Otherwise, I expect you to.
I'm not gonna shout out people who looked down on Gimmick Puppet. That's it. Yeah, that's all I got.
Alright, congrats, man.
Yeah.